What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead Q&A video for today. This one's going to be doing number 15, leading up to The Walking Dead Season 10 finale as Certain Doom Episode 16. This one I want to talk about, and starting off with a discussion topic about Rosita, and since Maggie is so mad about, the death of Glenn in the Walking Dead television series, what about Rosita? How is she feeling about Negan's redemption storyline, and how is Rosita feeling about Negan's character after all these years of him being in prison, killing Alpha? How does Rosita feel about Negan's character after everything he did in Season 10?
We've silenced the whispers.
Okay, guys, so this is going to be doing number 15 now for the Walking Dead Q&A videos for this week. This one is also going to be the final Walking Dead Q&A video for the main series, of course, for a little while now, until we get some more kind of topics and more stuff to talk about for the Walking Dead. Now, the reason why I'm taking a little break from the Walking Dead Q&A videos on a weekly basis as well, if you guys don't know, I announced it in my Let's Chit Chat video last Sunday, so for anybody that didn't see that video, I'll just explain real quick for you guys right now. We are ending the Walking Dead Q&A the Walking Dead Q&A videos right here until we start getting more topics to talk about for The Walking Dead, because not only me, but a lot of you guys were really struggling to try to find some Walking Dead topics right now, and it's been very hard. I've tried my best to keep up with the Walking Dead videos as best as I can, but yes, definitely the topics are very difficult to come up with, and I gotta be honest, I'm not gonna do Q&As when there's topics that really aren't that big. We gotta do Q&As when they're, when we kind of more so have more to talk about, and the Walking Dead Q&As right now, that's kind of what's going on, is that I'm sure a lot of us would like to do a lot of Q&A videos, and a lot of videos like this I know a lot of people like, but we gotta have topics, and until we get something for Walking Dead, I'm cutting the Q&As right here, and we are going to resume with the Walking Dead Q&A videos, and they are not going to be on a weekly basis either. I've changed that as well. They're not going to be on Fridays, scheduled like this anymore. They're going to be basically whenever I want to release a Walking Dead Q&A video. So you can still ask a Q&A question in the comments of this video, and I will get around to your question whenever. It could be a couple days from now. I might do another Walking Dead Q&A depending on what I get in this video, or if people just all of a sudden come out with crazy amount of topics, then we'll do another one. But all I'm saying is, for right now, the thing I'm saying for right now is that most likely we're not going to do another Q&A video until we have a lot to talk about, until we have something to talk about, which is not going to be that long, because Comic-Con's coming up in a week, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot there, so that'll be really cool to do, and I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about once we get Comic-Con, once we get all these announcements and the release date for the finale. Then we'll probably jump back into the Walking Dead Q&A videos, but for the next week at least, Q&A videos will probably be no more until we at least get some topics, just because I feel like we're all trying to really dig for some topics, and we're not finding too many, which is, of course, is going to happen when when Walking Dead's on break for this long. Definitely, you're going to run into this situation, and I've ran into this situation many times on my channel, so it's nothing new. Just Walking Dead, sometimes you just don't have any topics, and you got to kind of cut back on something, So, as you guys know, and I do want to also say this for also the people that didn't see the Let's Chit Chat video, Fear the Walking Dead weekly Q&As will happen once that season starts, and weekly Q&As for World Beyond as well, and we'll probably do some Q&As after the finale actually releases of The Walking Dead. So we'll still be doing Q&As, just cutting back on them a little bit for right now, but they will come back, and do not worry about that, guys. For anybody that likes the Q&As, they'll only be gone just for a short amount of time, and then we'll be back with them and all that kind of stuff. But speaking of Q&A, let's talk about the first discussion topic we have for this week's Q&A. So Rosita. So this one was suggested by Brian Akeem, of course, and he talked about really, should Rosita still be mad at Negan for the death of Abraham, all that kind of stuff. And he's totally right. We haven't seen much of Rosita. Honestly, Rosita is one of those characters that, they really need to give her more screen time, I feel like, because I feel like all they're doing with her now is giving her, new relationships and one or two fight scenes, and I don't know, I really feel like Rosita needs to get a lot more screen time, and I feel like they're not using her to her full, kind of potential, because honestly, you have a great actress there, Kristen Serratos. I think she does an amazing job as Rosita, and honestly, I never understand why we haven't seen any scenes between her and Negan. I don't get that either. I think that Rosita and Negan definitely need to have some scenes together, because, Rosita's one of those type of characters that, she really really is, you know, almost like a Carolish type, you know, where she, you know, if she's mad, she will go full, you know, she'll go crazy on you. And I feel like Rosita is one of those characters that would. But, you know, maybe the big thing about this is, and maybe the reason why they haven't had Rosita and Negan scenes is because we are focusing so much on how Maggie feels about what happened to Glenn and what, you know, Negan did there, that maybe because Rosita has already kind of moved on with her life, she's with Gabriel now, she was with Sadiq, she wanted to kiss Eugene, like all these things, and oh my god, that's a lot of relationships to go through in one season. But anyway, all I'm saying is that really, if I'm being honest, I think the reason why they haven't shown many scenes between Rosita and Negan and how she feels about it is because she's kind of already maybe moving on with her life, and she doesn't really want to revisit maybe old parts of her life like that, and maybe she just kind of wants to move on from it. But yeah, definitely, I think Rosita's still mad. I just think she's kind of keeping it together. She kind of, you know, she's keeping it together is really the one thing I'm going to say about that. But yeah, great question, Brian. Next question comes from Jamie Minecraft, who says, what is the worst decision a character has ever made on the show? Now, I love this question because honestly, this is one of those questions that I could go many different directions, you know? How about just list all of Season 8? I mean, you know, like honestly, let's just do that. Honestly, Season 8 is one of those seasons, it's gotta be something from Season 8, I mean, right? Like, honestly, you know, I mean, so many characters have made terrible decisions in Season 8, like Tara, trying to kill Dwight in the woods, like, what are you doing? Like, honestly, you know, Daryl driving a truck through the sanctuary, Eugene, a lot of stuff Eugene did was really stupid, and I'm trying to think of anything from, like, the current seasons, because there's gotta be something from the current season that, you know, I mean, maybe Magnus stealing supplies from Hilltop, that was kind of dumb. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Carol. Carol in Season 10, running after Alpha and getting the group stuck in the cave. That was a huge bad decision from Carol's part. And I know Carol's still getting hate for that, which I've seen a lot online. And I'm personally one of those. I think that was ridiculous what Carol did. Trying to shoot, you know, Alpha and try to kill her at the border, too, in Ghost. That was really stupid. And, yeah, something like that, I'd say, from Carol in Season 10. Some of the decisions in Season 8 was really dumb, like Daryl and some of the stuff he was doing. Yeah, I guarantee there's probably so many that I'm forgetting. But those are the main ones that are standing out to me right now. I'm sure there's a lot, but yeah, a lot of Eugene stuff at the Sanctuary, Tara, you know, the Dwight and Tara stuff, you know, Daryl driving the truck through the Sanctuary, all that kind of stuff. It's, oh, and also Rosita, too. Rosita, trying to kill Negan in, you know, Season 7, Episode 8, you know, the mid-season finale, trying to just kill Negan and she shoots Lucille instead. That was dumb. Honestly, that was so dumb, and honestly, she paid the price and so did Olivia. So, yeah, I'd say something like that. Great question, Jamie. Next question also comes from Brian Akeem, who says, now, he wants to, basically, hear my opinions on Gage, and did Beta kill him off screen? Now, yeah, now, I do want to add, too, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people, like, maybe some people on this video are going to be like, wait, Gage, who? So I'm going to put an image right here of Gage, just so you guys know who it is. It's the annoying kid from Hilltop that now apparently lives at Alexandria or something weird like that. And he was friends with Addie, whatever her name was, and Rogny, or I don't know, something like that. I forget the other kid's name. But anyway, so basically, we have some of those teen characters or whatever, they died. But Gage is one of the only ones that actually survived. And basically, he wants me to answer, did Beta kill him off screen? Now, I'm gonna have to say I think he did, which is kind of weird because I feel like that's something that they should have addressed. And not only that, let's talk about something else here. You're telling me that Laura was killed off, but the characters just never mentioned that she's dead? Like, I don't know, Stalker had some problems here and there. It definitely did, and that was one of them. And yeah, I'm going to agree with Brian Akeem. I think he is killed. I just don't think he's a character that they even care to mention he's dead, because the audience just wouldn't care, and they're just going to skip past that. And same thing with Laura. It's like she died. She was in the In Memoriam on Talking Dead, because I remember seeing that. But I mean, they never mentioned that Laura died. It's like, really? She was on your show since Season 7, and you're not going to mention, I don't care if she's a background character, she kind of was, but honestly, mention that she's dead, you know, like, honestly, Laura was at least important enough where you should mention that Laura is dead instead of just not saying anything. Like, I don't know, Stalker had some problems, or they just had scenes they completely cut out that really needed to be in the show, you know, And that was one of them, honestly. So yeah, great question, Brian Akeem. I have to admit, yes, I think he is dead. I just don't think they really cared to mention it, which is kind of weird. But yeah, really weird. And I mean, they really should, because it's really ridiculous, to be honest. So yeah, Stalker had some problems, that's for sure. Thank you very much for the question. And the final question for today comes from Jamie Minecraft as well, who says, do you think, so how long do you think The Walking Dead can go without it getting stale? So this is definitely a question that I really like, because honestly, this has been an opinion that is very different when it comes to every single fan of The Walking Dead. Some people, they say this season, this amount of seasons, this amount of seasons. And honestly, for me personally, I think The Walking Dead could definitely go on for 15 seasons. But do I think it will? At this point, I don't. I really don't. If you asked me a couple years ago when Andrew Lincoln, Chandler Riggs, some of the others were on the show, not even Stephen Yeun, like just Rick, Carl, Michonne, and some of these others. If you asked me around like season 8 time, like before Carl was killed off, how many seasons do you think it could go? I'd be like 15. Yeah, 15 seasons of Walking Dead. I think they could get there. I think they could do it. But with all the people that have left the show, all the stuff they've lost, honestly, and just having a few of those main ones left, like Daryl, Carol, Maggie, Negan, Judith, and then the rest are kind of like your secondary, type characters, where before we used to have way more of like the main characters. I'd say 12 seasons for Walking Dead, as unfortunate as that is. I think 12 seasons for Walking Dead is probably going to be the season that it cuts off at. If it goes any further than season 12, I'm going to have to start saying, okay, maybe they should have ended it a few seasons ago. And hey, if we get to 20 seasons of Walking Dead, I will still watch it. That's the thing. Like, I will still watch The Walking Dead regardless to how many seasons it gets. But how long before it gets stale? I think after season 12, we're going to start seeing fans, if it goes past season 12, fans are really going to start saying, like, oh, Walking Dead's getting stale. And honestly, I could even see next year during season 11, if they do the Commonwealth just as boring as they did in the comics, which I'm really crossing my fingers that they don't, but if the Commonwealth is just as boring as it was in the comics in season 11 next year, I could start seeing fans next year saying The Walking Dead is getting stale, honestly. I'm already seeing comments like that now, but it's not enough to where it matters. But yeah, I think if season 11 Commonwealth is not very, gripping, then fans will start saying it's getting stale, probably by next year, which is, I hope not, but I'd say more so season 12, and then it would get stale. And I honestly think season 12 is where they should probably end it, but, that's just me. So, but like I said, I would love to see the show go on for as long as it can, way longer than season 12. But I'm trying to think of it in a realistic standpoint, and before it gets stale, season 12 is probably the season when people are going to be like, okay, it's getting stale, it's, 12 seasons, that type of deal, when is it wrapping up, that type of thing. Now, me personally, like I said, I'll never be asking that question. I will always want The Walking Dead to go on strong, and honestly, I wish it the best ratings it could possibly get. But I'm just, thinking of it in a realistic standpoint. So, anyway, guys, thank you very much for stopping by and watching this Q&A videos. Great questions for everybody here, and I want to say a huge thank you for everybody that's participated in the last 15 Walking Dead Q&A videos. We will be back with Q&A videos for Walking Dead. It may be a few weeks from now. It may be, I don't know, a couple days from now, depending on what kind of information we get. So really, it's a bit of an unknown, but when Fear the Walking Dead comes on, we're going to start doing Q&As for that, as well as, some Q&As for Walking Dead once we just get more information. So we're on break right now for the Q&A videos, but it will be back once we get some more topics to talk about, once we get more questions. And if I get enough questions in this Q&A video, I may do another one, sooner than we think. But it all depends on how many topics we really have left to talk about, So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you guys are new here, click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dan's Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.